All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to look at elimination. We've had elimination before, but we're going to take another look at it because some things are going to change. All right, so let's take a look at this first problem. If you remember from elimination before, everything needs to be in standard form. So that is, again, AX plus BY equals C. So it needs to be in standard form. Okay, so we got to make sure it's in that form. X needs to come first. Okay. So look at the first equation. Is it in standard form? It is. How about the second equation? Yeah. It is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line them up so I can solve them. So 3x minus 3y equals 21. And 8x plus 6y equals negative 14. Right? Draw my line, and then I'm going to stop. Right? So once you write them down underneath each other, don't write what I do because I'm going to do it wrong. I'm doing it wrong, but I'll show you why in just a minute. So you'll like, oh, okay. So don't write what I'm doing. So I don't know, I'm doing elimination. I'm going to try adding. Okay, so I'm going to put my plus sign out front, and I'm going to go 3x plus 8x gives me 24x. Okay, negative 3y plus 6y gives me plus 3y. Right? Oh, not 24. I multiplied. Sorry, 12. It's 11. Thank you. 11. And then 21 plus negative 14 is 7. Right? Did I eliminate a variable? No. I did not. So if you know before, if I didn't eliminate it, what did I tell you to do? You needed to subtract. Okay? So adding didn't work, so now I'm going to subtract. Right? 3x minus 8x gives me negative 5x. Okay? Negative 3y minus 6y gives me negative 9y. And 21 minus a negative 14 gives me 35. Did I eliminate a variable? I didn't. So what we did before doesn't work. The reason why is if you'll notice, the numbers in front of the x and the numbers in front of the y, they aren't the same. And I need them the same. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a skill that we've already learned. Do you remember on your last test I said to write two equations equivalent to one of the equations? So remember we did that? And we put a number out front and we multiplied it through? That's what we're going to do. Now, I can either try to make the x's the same or I can try to make the y's the same. I'm going to make the y's the same, and you're going to see why. I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 2. Okay? So, 2 times 3x gives me 6x. 2 times negative 3 gives me negative 6y, and 2 times 21 gives me 42. Remember doing that? Okay, remember when we did it, I said we're going to do it, and we're going to drop it, and then we're going to come back. We're coming back, right? I'm going to leave this equation alone, so I'm going to make it 8x plus 6y equals negative 14. Do you see how my y's match up now? Okay, so do I add or subtract? I'm going to add, so notice I'm going to add it and cup it like I did before. 6x plus 8x gives me 14x. Negative 6y plus 6y gives me, I eliminated it. 42 plus negative 14 gives me 28. Good. Divide by 14. Because it's the number in front of x. X gives me 2. Okay, am I done? No. No, what do I need to do? I need to find my y. So which equation am I going to choose? I'm going to take either one. I'm going to take the first one. So 3x minus 3y equals 21. 3 times 2. it? You did something wrong, okay? Now, notice how I made my numbers in front of y the same, okay? What if I wanted to make the numbers in front of x the same? This is what you can do. Let's say I don't know a number that both of them can go into, because I don't get it. I can multiply the top equation by 8. And I can multiply the bottom equation by 3. So I can multiply them by each other and go all the way across, and it'll automatically do it for me. So if I don't get the numbers, I can figure it out. It's kind of like common denominators. All right, let's go to the next one. Are they in standard form? Yes, they are. So I'm going to write 7x plus 2y equals 26. 10x minus 5y equals negative 10. Okay? Now, can I just add and subtract? I can't. Now, there are going to be some problems where you do that, and you've got to be able to see it. So, do I want to make my x's the same, or do I want to make my y's the same? I would pick the y's. Why would you pick the y's instead of the x's? I get bigger numbers with the x. Yeah, I can multiply the top equation by 10 and the bottom equation by 7. Or let's try the other way. I'm going to multiply this top equation by 5, yes. And I'm going to multiply the bottom equation by 2. And then I draw a little arrow usually. Now 5 times 7 is 35x plus 10y equals 140. Is that right? Is that right? I was going to say, I thought it was 130. Okay? 2 times 10x is 20x minus 10y equals negative 20, and do I add or subtract? I'm going to add and I'm going to cup it. Make sure you cup it. All I did was multiply across. So do you see how knowing how to do that last task on the last test helps us now? If you didn't understand it, it becomes a problem with today. Right? So I'm going to add 35x plus 20 gives me 55x. What about my y's? They eliminate, okay, and then go ahead and add. I get 110, divide by 55. X gives me 2. Am I done? No. Okay. Which equation do I choose? Doesn't matter. I'm going to choose the first one just because I am. But I see most of you, you're not even looking up here. You're just doing the problem, which is great, and then checking your answer. Something you don't understand. Okay. Let's do number 3, and then we'll be done. I don't think we need all 4. Okay. What's the first thing that I need to do? Yes. What did I say? Yes. So how do I do that? You add 2x. Very good. Yep. I'm going to add 2x to each side because they're not in standard form. So 2x plus 3y equals 17. Okay, so I did that. Now I'm going to line them up. So 2x plus 3y equals 17. And 3x plus 5y equals 27. Okay, can I add and subtract them just normal? No. Okay, so do you want your x's the same or your y's? What do you want? You want to get your x's. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. You can get your x's the same or the y's the same. You'll end up with the same equation or the same answer. All right, so let's take a look at this. What do you want to multiply the top equation by? You want to multiply it by 3. And what about the bottom equation? 2. Yep, I agree. All right, so 3 times 2 is 6x plus 9y equals 51. Very good. Bottom equation, 6x plus 10y. 2 times 5, okay. All right, and then equals 54, okay. Add or subtract? Why subtract? Okay, they're both positive, okay. So I'm going to minus, and notice that I cup it. Otherwise it looks like a negative 6y and it doesn't affect the rest of them, okay. So 6x minus 6x gives me nothing, it eliminates, right? 9y minus 10y gives me negative y or negative 1y, right? You can put the 1 in front if you wish. And then 51 minus 54 gives me, okay, now what do I do? Excellent. Divide by your negative 1 because you want y totally by itself. So y gives me 3. Am I done? No, because
You need to find your x.
that's correct. I need to find my x. Yeah. All right. Does it matter which equation? No. How about 3y minus 2x? 3y minus 2x equals 17. Oh, plus 17. No. 3y. I gotta grab that again. 3y equals negative 2x plus 17. Okay? So 3 times 3 equals negative 2x plus 17. Doesn't matter which equation you choose. I just chose this because, I don't know, I want to be difficult. 9 equals negative 2x plus 17. Subtract 17. I end up with 8. 2x divided by negative 2. X equals 4. 4 comma 3. Don't forget to put the ordered pair. Now, what did I just find? What am I doing and why is this important? Why is this important? What does this ordered pair mean? That's where the two lines intersect. That's correct. That's where they intersect. All right? All right, that's it for today.